Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Kim with Team Mandi at Premier Mortgage.
And I'm Mandi Feely with Team Mandi at Premier Mortgage.
The Mandi of Team Mandi. So I know you've all been waiting for the answer to our riddle from last week's video. The riddle was, there was a man that was born before his father, killed his mother, and married his sister, but there was nothing wrong with that. The answer to that riddle is he was born before his father, he killed his mother during childbirth, and then he grew up to become a clergyman, a minister, and married his sister. Oh,
totally stunning.
Yes, it's a good one. So anyway, we've been getting a lot of questions about the current market and fears of recession. And Mandi's been in the business now for how many years?
It's my 23rd year in mortgage, and we get that concern because most of us remember in 2010 when the market was the worst that we've seen in most of our lifetimes, right? So that is a valid concern for most consumers, that they think that the market will slip back into that. I think the biggest difference though between what we saw in 2010 and what we're seeing here, especially in the Boise market, is that the market in 2010 had a lot of investors. We had a lot of folks come to Boise, want to buy property here. They saw a very good value in Boise, and so they came here, they bought property. Well, back then we also had stated income.
Right.
We had low down payment options. So we had buyers that were buying that didn't really have a backup plan if they didn't have a job or they didn't have renters in the properties. Today, I think what we're seeing is we see a lot of buyers. So we had a higher percentage of investors back then and less first-time buyers or primary residence buyers. Yeah, and now we're in a very healthy, normal market. So we're seeing primary residents, we're seeing second homes being purchased, and we're seeing a normal percentage of investor purchases. And now everybody has their income. There are non-traditional loans now available in the market.
It used to be kind of like the subprime.
Right.
2008 era.
Right. There are that, but it's a lot bigger down payments. So there's a lot more checks and balances in place to protect the market, so to speak. And we've seen a lot of appreciation in our Boise market, but that was, I believe, pent-up demand for what we needed, what was normal. And I think that we're still on that growth pattern because I think that you can look at the rents and there's only like, what, 1% vacancy in rents?
It's crazy right now.
So it's hard for folks to rent places. It's still cheaper to buy than it is to rent in most circumstances. And so I don't feel like we're overinflated. I think we're just trying to catch up from maybe the lack of buying in the past. And so
so how does that go together, overinflation and recession? What are people asking you when they're concerned about overinflation?
Well, I think people want to catch the best deal, right? You know, when you're buying the biggest investment of your life, you want to also get the best deal you can, right? Because it is the biggest investment most people make. And so I feel like that is wise. But with that being said, like last year we saw 18% appreciation. So those folks that waited, even on a $100,000 house, that was $18,000 in loss, right? Yeah. They lost that money. So let's even look at a healthy market, right? So the healthy market would be 3 to 5% appreciation. And if you bought a $300,000 home and you had 3% appreciation, that would be $9,000 that your home would have made you just by owning a home.
Right.
I still think it's a great time to buy. And again, I really don't think we're heading into a recession because we aren't seeing the trends that would make me concerned about that. Thank you so much for your time and happy holidays. And we'll see you next time. And do you have
the next riddle?
A riddle this week?
This riddle was given to me by my son. It's a tricky one.
Your kids give you the hardest ones. No, your kids have some crazy riddles.
Right? What is so fragile that even saying its name will break it? We'll tell you next time.
Okay, we'll find out.
Thanks.